Greetings, my dear friend. Today, I want to share something deeply personal, something that has guided me through the trials of life. It's about the unresolved pain we carry and the pursuit of justice, not from the world around us, but from within. A quiet, yet profound justice that restores peace to the heart. In this world, we often find ourselves trapped in cycles of anger, disappointment, and hurt. The pain of the past lingers, and we look for answers outside of ourselves. But true healing, true justice, begins within. And in this space, we can begin to uncover the wisdom that allows us to move forward, free from the burden of unresolved pain. As a young monk, I spent many years searching for peace. I thought that peace was something I could find in the world, through achievements, through the validation of others, or through the things I could acquire. But soon, I realized that no matter how many objects I collected or how many people I helped, the pain inside of me never truly went away. It was always there, like an uninvited guest, sitting in the background of my life. What I eventually learned was that this pain, this sense of injustice I felt, was not something external. It was not caused by the actions of others, though it may have seemed that way. The root of this suffering was within me, and it was only by turning inward, by looking at myself with compassion and understanding, that I was able to begin the process of healing. There is a powerful truth in this. We cannot seek justice or peace outside of ourselves, because we are the creators of our own peace and the architects of our own justice. The world can only reflect what we create within. Many of us carry stories of past pain. Perhaps a loved one betrayed us, or maybe life dealt us a difficult hand. These experiences shape us, and sometimes we become consumed by them. We replay these memories in our minds over and over, looking for answers. But often, these stories no longer serve us. I will share with you an important lesson that I learned. The past is no longer alive. It exists only in your mind. When you revisit the past, you are not reliving it in the present. You are only reawakening the emotions tied to it. These emotions, whether they are anger, sadness, or guilt, are not real in this moment. They are merely echoes from the past that you continue to carry, but they no longer have power over you unless you give them that power. Let me tell you a story from my own journey. When I first arrived at the monastery, I was filled with pain. I had suffered great loss, and in my grief, I harbored bitterness toward the people I felt had wronged me. I would sit by myself for hours, contemplating my hurts, asking why life had been so unfair. One day, an elder monk noticed me sitting, alone, and he came to me. He sat beside me and said, "When you hold on to pain, it's as though you are holding a hot coal, hoping the other person will feel the burn. But it is you who suffers." At first, I didn't understand, but over time, I began to realize that the pain I held onto was only weighing me down. The people who hurt me were not suffering from my anger. I was. I was the one carrying the coal. So, I let it go. Not for them, but for myself. I chose peace, and I chose to forgive, not because they deserved it, but because I deserved peace. When I let go, I felt lighter. I felt free. Forgiveness, my friend, is not an act of condoning another's wrongdoings. It is an act of releasing yourself from the chains of anger, bitterness, and resentment. It is about reclaiming your peace and your power. When you forgive, you no longer allow the past to dictate your future. You are free to move forward with a clear heart. Now, I want to speak to you about mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in this moment, accepting what is, without judgment or attachment. The pain we carry often arises from our resistance to what is. We wish things had been different. We wish we hadn't been hurt, or we wish we could change the past. But in doing so, we fight against the natural flow of life, which leads only to more suffering. Mindfulness teaches us to be with our pain, without trying to escape it, without judging it. Instead of resisting our pain, we allow ourselves to feel it, to experience it, and to learn from it. Pain, just like joy, is a part of the human experience. It is neither good nor bad. It simply is. In my practice, I've come to understand that the key to healing is not in seeking justice from others, but in seeking justice from within. It is in aligning ourselves with the present moment, in accepting ourselves fully, flaws and all, and in allowing ourselves to be at peace with what is. The moment we stop fighting against life, the moment we stop expecting the world to be different than it is, we find a deep and profound peace. You see, when we release our expectations and embrace what is, we are not passively accepting injustice. We are instead embracing the truth that the present moment is all we have, and in that truth, we find freedom. The past has no power over us, and the future remains open and full of possibility. My dear friend, remember this. You have the power to release your pain. You have the power to heal. You do not need the approval of others to find peace. You need only your own heart. Trust in yourself. Trust in your capacity to grow. In the silence of your heart, you will find the justice you seek, the justice that will set you free. May you walk this path with peace, with courage, and with love for yourself. Take the time to reflect, to forgive, and to heal. And in doing so, may you find the justice that will truly set you free. If you found wisdom in these words, please consider subscribing, sharing this video, or leaving a comment below. Your journey is uniquely your own, but we walk it together. May you always find peace within.